Damn, my mail is coming hella late. I'm gonna die. I hear a car coming. Oh, let's not get ran over today. All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am back out here. We are gonna be riding into, is that a bike? That's a little kid bike. We're gonna be riding into the night. It is almost 7 o'clock. It's 6:40 right now. It normally gets fully dark around 7. I figured I'd start this video a little bit earlier. If you don't know what I'm on, this is the Engwe M20 2.0. This thing does 20 miles an hour throttle only, and whoa, and 28 miles per hour if you pedal. So this is a straight legal class 3 e-bike. There's a lot of regulations out there, so I understand they want to be able to sell these bikes everywhere, and I'm not mad about it. It's a great bike. 28 miles an hour is fast enough for most people. You don't have to pedal your ass off. There's no torque sensor in here. It's just a cadence sensor. I did a full video review on this thing. Woo! Every time it hits a certain mile per hour, if it knows it's gonna go over 28, just cuts your power. So what I wanted to say before that happened and distracted me is that I did a full video review on this thing. So if you guys haven't seen it, you can go check that out. It's a great bike. There's nothing wrong with it. I really thought it was really good because it's only $12.99, and if you guys use my links down in the description, I can save you guys $100 off on bikes that are over $1,000. Woo! I'm glad I was behind this guy and he didn't pull out in front of me. I don't know if he would have seen me or not. Now the reason why I do 2 videos, and you guys know this as well, I said in my video review we were gonna check out these lights. Now both of these lights are on right now. That is with the daytime running light. You can't even see the daytime running light. Okay, you can see a little bit of it on the tire, and this is with both headlights on. It looks like I'm gonna have to raise them up. So let's get onto this side street while I get hit by a bunch of these leaves over here falling from the tree. The other day I got one stuck in my helmet. Oh my God, I could not get it out. It broke in a bunch of pieces. What a nightmare. So obviously you can move both of them at the same time. I would like that one to be down on the ground, and I'd like this one to go up. You can see that I'm lighting up the street sign over there, and if I lower it just enough, that looks decent. And this one actually might have to come up a little bit. But once you get them angled, you can just move the whole bracket back and forth wherever you want it. And I think that looks good. That's not too bad. Can you guys get a better idea if you can see this light and then the other one? It looks like the top one isn't as bright. Maybe it's just because the bottom one is closer to the ground, but I'm noticing that. But they should be good lights. I brought an extra light with me, something that you can buy from another e-bike company. I won't mention the name, but I'll have links and stuff down in the description. If you want an aftermarket light on this bike to be able to just put on any of your bikes. It's nice that you can just wrap it around any type of handlebars. You can put it in the back if you want, and you can just go. And it's a very nice accessory just in case your bike lights aren't that great. But so far, this is looking not bad at all. Again, the bottom one looks better than the top one, but I can see pretty good. I mean, it's not completely dark yet, and there's a lot of traffic. Those lights are very bright when I turned around. Glad I saw those. Whoa, what happened here? Ooh, oil everywhere. Wow. What a mess. Holy moly, it goes all the way down. I didn't even notice that. What? I think I know what it is. So we have trash pickup day. I don't think I started filming on my blog. Maybe you guys might have seen it, but trash pickup day I think happened right here, and it looks like something was leaking a lot of oil. Maybe it was one of the machines they were using to pick up that trash. But all right, so coming back this way, you can definitely see the sun going down. It looks gorgeous out here, and it's definitely getting dark. Hey, here's another person on a bike or a scooter. Oh, it looks like a scooter. Let's go. No helmet though. Man, make sure you guys wear your helmet when you come ride these bikes. I can't stress that enough. Now, you don't need a full face helmet like I do. I just use this because I record on it, but man, you guys need to have some type of protection on your head. You never know what's going to happen on the road. Now, all right, well, some things you guys might not know. If you didn't watch my last video review, I did not charge this bike. We're leaving off on that last charge, and I never reset this app. So when I started this ride today, we had 8.8 or 8.6 miles on it. So far, I put another 2 miles. So that puts us roughly around, I'd say, like 10 to 11 miles so far on this bike with the stock charge. Now, obviously, I forgot to turn the top battery on because when I was shooting my video review, I took the top battery off, but I disconnected it, like basically turned it off. so I can, you know, nicely disconnect it. I didn't want no like spark or anything like that. I didn't know if that was gonna happen, but I like to turn my batteries off before I unplug them from the bike. And what happened is, you know, I'm gonna go this way. I forgot to turn it back on. So I turned it back on mid-ride on my video review, and we are only down 1 battery bar, and that makes sense. This is gonna be a very good bike for traveling very far. I love it so far, honestly. I honestly think it's a perfect bike if you need a lot of range, because it's not a very powerful bike. Now, a lot of people are gonna be turned away from that, because I know I saw a lot of you guys' comments in the last video saying, why can't we get a bike that goes faster, blah, 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 but again, going back to what I said earlier, legal reasons, stuff like that, and oh, this is gonna be a sketchy street. Sketchy street, it's small, no bike lane. Woo! I don't know why I took this road. I just came this way because that 4-way stop looked miserable. I did not want to sit there. So hopefully nothing bad happens on our trip out here. But yeah, I'm having a good time on this bike. It's not bad at all, honestly. It's very comfortable. I did have to let some air out of the suspension, and now it feels really, really good. Now, when I got it right out of the box, if you're a very light person, especially lighter than me, I'm 165 pounds, you're gonna think this bike is really rock solid, and you're gonna wanna let some air out. It also comes with the pump, so you can put air in the suspension. It's in the box. Another thing that this bike comes with is you also get extra brake pads. So I don't know if they expect you to go through brake pads like real fast, if you can even find them online later at another point, but I feel like brake pads on bikes should last. Like, I mean, it depends on how you ride, but I would assume like probably what, 800 miles, 1,000 miles until you need brake pads, unless you're really like getting on the brakes. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I really haven't had to change any brake pads out other than my Sur-Rom, because I have thousands of miles on that thing, and I feel like I've only done them a few times. But I also, that thing goes 70 miles an hour, and stopping on that thing, you definitely need some powerful brakes. Now I'm coming up to a very sketchy road. I just came this way because this is the OG way that I would come to work back in the day. And this section is always bad. If you guys are from Fresno, Shaw 99 is always the worst. Like, absolutely the worst. What's going on over there? Your car's broken, sir. You're dragging something. I feel like that other light needs to come down a little bit. I still can't see that top light. It is very faint compared to the bottom one. All right, I told you it's gonna be a little sketchy out here. Go, cars, go. Holy crap, I just ran over a bunch of stuff. Now, these tires worry me a little bit just because they're not the thickest tire out there, and running over stuff that's on the side of the road that just kind of gets pushed over from all the cars on the street scares me a little bit, because you can go really far on this bike. Now, on the website, they say like 160 miles of range with the dual battery setup, and like 63 or 65 miles of range if you just use throttle only. Realistically, I don't believe that. That's why I didn't want to charge this bike, because I want to try to ride as much as possible, but I can't ride a ton because I only have 1 battery in my Ace Pro. That's what I'm filming on right now. The last time I did my very long video review on the G-Force RS ST, I had 2 batteries. And I actually went through both of those, and it died right at the very end when I stopped. I had to film on my iPhone to record the outro for you guys. So we'll probably be out here for like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. Cut the video down to 30, somewhere around there. Really just wanted to check out how these lights look, and I'll have to pull over for a second, show you guys the bike, and show you guys the brake light, because the brake light looked absolutely fantastic when I saw it. Now, here is complete darkness right here. No lights. I'm coming up to one right now, but it's okay. The light on the bottom, the lowest one, looks great. The top one, not so much. So, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, but I do have, oh, I didn't know what that was. It looked like a stick I ran over. But what I want to do, don't go. I want to turn my aftermarket one on. Oh, that was smooth going over that railroad track. Even in my car, that's bumpy. All right. Let's see how it is, Engwe. So this is like one of the bumpiest sections real quick. So let's check this out. This is a very, very bad road. I don't even think it's going to handle this very well. Tires are aired up to 18 PSI. They go up to 20. If I want to get a little bit more comfort out of it, I go down to 15. And, okay, that was real bad. But, it's handling all the basic stuff like a champ. Really, really surprised. It's awesome. Good job, Engwe. I don't think I was the biggest fan of the 1.0. I am a big fan of the 2.0 though, I gotta say, without it even being that fast. I know they went to 52 volts compared to 48 volt, and it still just doesn't have the power. I'm gonna have to harp on that a lot, but I figured like they should have power, and they don't. And I don't really know where I'm going right now. I just kind of wanted to get somewhere. Maybe there's some light around here. Let's just show you guys this bike real quick, but I also gotta watch out for crazy people. So let's pull over into the Harley dealership. Let me show them my bike that's cooler than a Harley. Here we go. So, while everyone probably watches me passing by, it's all right, can't be afraid. This is the Engwe M20 2.0, and wow, the first thing I notice on this bike is the brake light. Wow, that is a fantastic light. Wow, I am very impressed. I want this light on some of my other bikes. Check this out. Whoa, you guys see how bright that thing is? That is so awesome, Engwe. Very good job. Now let's check out these lights from a distance. Keep in mind, I still do have the plastic on top of them because I couldn't take it off. It's like what they did is they put the plastic on and then put the headlight together, and then when you peel it off, all the corners get left with all this type of residue. So I didn't want to mess with it too much, but here's how they look, looking down low at it. I'm going to turn on my aftermarket light on right now. So here you can see in the parking lot, it's decently lit up. A lot of cars next to us, but let's turn this one on and you'll see the difference. It might even make the YouTube video look a little bit better. This might come out a little bit better because sometimes when I turn on these lights, the displays come out more better anyway. But it gets darker around the scene, I've noticed. So that's just how the Ace Pro is. But I did just have an update on the Ace Pro. So hopefully night riding footage looks better. I don't know, it said it was supposed to fix low light. Not 100% sure, but it is what it is. I like updates, and that's why I like technology. Especially my Tesla, because you can just update it to get better features on it. Compared to my other car, man, you gotta change out the actual hardware to get better features out of it. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I wish bikes had were actual updates to the controllers and the software. That is where we should be headed, I think. That would be awesome when we have that. I can see it happening though. There are some bikes out there, some really high-tech ones you can get software updates for, but there's not many. It's like very, very slim. What is this? Is it a dog park? Hey! I know there's a big old dog park back here. There's chairs everywhere. That's crazy. Man, we got some open parking lots. The only time I ever came back here is there's a car shop that I would go to right on that corner. Oh, that's a nice spot to take some pictures. Anyways, I never drove down this way, so I'm looking at everything. It's all brand new to me. That's what's so fun about having an e-bike, is just exploring places that you normally wouldn't go. The only thing that's not fun is getting a flat. I think that's honestly the worst thing that's ever going to happen to you on a bike. So don't like get disappointed when you buy a bike and within like the first like 10 miles you get a flat. It sucks. It's like rare it happens. And it's really going to discourage you because you got to work on it, take it apart, and then it's like, oh, do I want to like mess around with this thing? I get it. I've been there. I remember one time I got 3 flats in shit. I want to say 3 weeks or 4 weeks, roughly. I want to say in a month, I got about 3 flats. And I'm like, what the heck? Came to find out there was something in the actual tire that's still in there, and it was still puncturing the new tubes that I had. So I was like, oh, that's great. All right, so you're not really supposed to ride on the sidewalk, but I don't really want to get in the street yet. Oh, they made a little dirt path right here for me. Let's go. Now we in a new parking lot. Grocery Depot. Never heard of that. That looks brand new. They just chilling outside, no business right now. All right, so this is where I sometimes take pictures of my cars. It's really cool if you come here like super late at night. There might be some weird people walking around, so maybe come with someone else, but I like it back here because it's big old long buildings. You can park in these docks right here, get some like decent shots because you got some lights. And the only people that are here are really the truckers, and they don't really care as long as you're not blocking their way. Let's go. There's a lot of trucks back here. We just vibing. We having a good time. It's nice weather right now. It's almost about time. I'm gonna start wearing my Beyond Riders clothing. If you guys don't know what it is, 10% off, you can save. It's basically protection clothing. They got pants, they got shirts. Anything you really want to protect yourself when riding, I love them. I absolutely love that company and I love their products, but it's just so hot when summertime is here and I don't like to wear them. All right, cool. I was afraid this bike was going to be a little slow getting across the street, but we made it perfectly fine. That's one thing you got to be careful about on this bike, is if you're trying to get away from you know, traffic or people or whatever, it doesn't have that big of a takeoff. But I feel like for the average person out there, it's lovely. It's a great bike. If this thing was like, I would say this bike is actually worth $1,500. If it was $1,500 or less, I would definitely recommend it. And with it coming in at $1,299 or actually $1,199 on my discount, you can't pass it up. Like, it's great. If this thing was probably over $1,500, I'd probably say like it has like some cheap parts on it that I wouldn't recommend you spending the money for, because there are a lot of cheap stuff on here. Like, the grips are cheap. The brakes have no name on them, but the brakes were good. No issue with the brakes. The tires, they're nothing crazy about the tires. The shifter is the same shifter we get. The BMX style handlebars I like, but they're cheap as well. Oh man, I could have went truck, damn it. And then the forks have no adjustments, no preload, no lockout, nothing. The batteries though, 31 amp hours in total. And that's really what this boils down to, is just a nice bike to ride around, get really good range. Seat could be a little bit better. A lot of people are asking me if there was aftermarket seats that might fit this bike, and honestly, I don't know. Unless you make your own holes for like an aftermarket seat, you could definitely put an extended seat on here. This one's definitely short. You have enough room in the back where you can like grab the bike and like maneuver it and like move it around and have a handle in the back, but you can extend the seat all the way back if you wanted, if you had an aftermarket one, because this thing is definitely short. This thing is only made for one rider. So if you're trying to bring someone along with you, good luck. It's not gonna happen. And pedaling this thing, which I've been doing for a while now, I haven't really stopped, you know, too much, and I want to go as fast as possible. So I'm really not using the throttle unless I'm under, you know, 10 miles an hour to get up to 20, then I use the pedals. Definitely a lot of rubbing on the inner thighs. I said this in my video review, and that's just one thing that I'm not a big fan of. Really wish that you can go in the settings and there was something you can change. I asked the company, they said no, it's literally throttle to 20, pedals to 28. You cannot change anything to get the throttle to go to 28 miles an hour, because that would be lovely. That's something that I would really enjoy when I don't want to pedal and feel my thighs rubbing up against the seat and the frame the way it's designed. And you also got to be careful about this battery. This battery is really, really close to your body. I feel like something they should have done, which Ride One Up did, is move this battery as close as they can to the forks or the head stem, so then it's not as close to your body, and maybe gave the seat a little bit more of a hump in the front so you won't feel like you're sliding off the seat, because the seat sits like this. Ooh, that car's jacked up. But I don't know, I just feel like if I was designing the bike, I would have definitely tried to keep the battery farther away from people that might, you know, hurt their balls or something. If you accidentally slam on the brakes or someone cuts you off and you have to slam, I don't know, you have to stop for whatever reason, like super, super fast, I'd be worried about that happening and then going to the hospital because you're hurt. I like how Ride One Up did it. It's still close on the Ride One Up, but it's definitely pushed away a lot farther than this. This is just like maybe like 3 inches from where my body's at. So definitely got to make sure you push on the handlebars when braking to make sure that you don't hurt yourself and slide forward. All right, let's go, let's go. No bike lane over here. Real sketch. Throttle, let off. Another thing I would change on this bike is, even if you use a throttle and pedal and decide, okay, like the pedal should like kick in immediately right after you let off the throttle, it doesn't. There is a 1 second delay for the power to come in, and I wish it wasn't like that. So again, software updates would be so cool on these bikes. Like, they really would. And one thing I'm loving right now is that there's no bike lane and the street is decently wide, but everyone should be able to see my brake light. Now, a lot of people drink in Fresno, so got to be a little careful, and there's a lot of meth heads over here. But I feel like for the most part, everyone should see me. Oh, this is going to be sketch though. Why is the mail people running so late? Please don't hit me. I don't understand. I've been waiting for my mail all day long. I'm trying to vote, man. Waiting to get my ballot. Let's go. Now here's a quick update on the bike. This actually happened maybe a mile or two back, I think. Man, why is this guy running the street? Hold on. What? Okay. Yeah, get on the sidewalk. You belong on the sidewalk. I belong in the street. I am down to 3 battery bars out of the 5. There's no voltage reading. That's actually like really bad. There's no voltage reading, so I don't know where this bike is. I wish I knew. So that was something that they should have added. My speed doesn't work on here for some reason, but everyone else's videos work on YouTube. I watched them. But I can't see my max speed. I can't see my average speed. I can't see my trip. And I can't see my odometer. So I guess the good thing is when I sell it, it has 0 miles on it. Brand new bike. Why are the tires dirty? Oh, I don't know. I just threw some dirt on it, make it look like I rode it. So I'm selling this bike, 0 miles, baby. But yeah, I don't know what the issue is. I don't really think it's a connection with the display. I feel like it has to do with a connection on the controller, or there's an issue with the controller. That's the only way that wouldn't read, because nothing shows up. Like nothing at all. The trip, speed, nothing. So, and the fact that it turns on means that it is connected somewhere in the line. So it is what it is. It doesn't affect me. I'll just do my phone. My phone's more accurate. I did hear some people have to go from 23-inch on the tire diameter down to 22 to get it more accurate. So you might have to do that to get the speed to match if you do buy this bike. And I do have this LED display down to the lowest brightness it will go, because it goes to 3, I think like 1, 2, and 3, and I have it at 1, and that still looks really bright. I do have my phone turned down a lot, but I wanted you guys to see more of the street instead of being blinded by the lights on the bike, because then it makes everything around me dark. And I think I mentioned that already, but hopefully you guys are seeing everything all right now. And we're gonna be a biker and we're gonna run it. It's gonna turn green anyway, watch. See? You gotta know the lights. I try to do that to get away from traffic all the time and be safe. And again, helmet. Wear a helmet. Whoa. Ow. I didn't want to get all the way in the street, but wow, there was a big chunk of road taken out. Oh, I ran over glass. Definitely ran over some glass. One thing that you guys probably already noticed I haven't mentioned, I got gloves today, baby. Let's go. So my hands aren't actually getting too much of a shock from these handlebars, because these grips are very cheap and there's no cushion to them. There's really no grip on them as well. Even with gloves, they don't move or anything like that, but they're just really cheap. The grips would be the first thing I change out. But wearing gloves is definitely helping my hands feel a lot more comfortable compared to when I did my video review on this thing. But I didn't ride it as much as I'm riding it today. Again, I only did like 8 point something miles, and I've already done over that today. We're at 8.7 actually, so we're passing that, and I'm very far away from the house. So I really just wanted to kind of see the range on it. Now, the bad thing about wearing my gloves is I need to go in here and, oh, it did work. All right, cool. So we have 17.6 miles on this bike in total so far, and I am still down to 3 battery bars, if you guys can see that down there. I don't know if you guys can. It's so tiny. Now, one thing I noticed when I turned this bike on is that it has a battery percent right next to the battery bars, but I don't see how you turn that on. Hey, there's my people, even though I don't have a motorcycle. I would fit in if the streets only allowed people to go up to like 30, then I'd be able to cruise with them, but since everyone else is doing like 40, 45, I just can't hang with them today. Got to bring the Suron out. There's something that I modified, Rev 1, DRT, 72 volt something. Anyways, we got to fix those bikes now that I think about it. The Super 73 needs to be fixed. The ride went up. I just need to ride it. I haven't rode it in forever. We can go through this because there is no street on this side on the right. Is another biker? Oh, Harley. Harley, let's go. All right, we're about to come up an overpass. This is going to be the first one. It's a pretty long overpass, though, I will say. The other one I did, we were going around in a circle. So let's see how it does. Power's kicking in. I can hear the motor kind of like, it feels like it's skipping. It's like, I know you guys are probably going to clip that and make fun of me, but like that's what it sounds like. It doesn't sound like the motor's like nice and smooth. It kind of just feels like it's like working overtime to get up this. And it looks like we did about 19 miles an hour before we reached the top, and now we're kind of leveling out. So again, this is not a torquey bike. If you live in, say, San Francisco, I've been there multiple times. I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it, but I'm doing it anyway. Oh man, I just did that because I did not want to be with traffic again in the back. And hey, at least it made me get this one too, so that's great. But yeah, San Francisco, no, this is not a bike for you if you live out that way. I've seen those hills. They will not make it up. I rented a scooter in San Francisco one time, and it was one that you can put like 2 people on. It gives you the helmets and the back and everything like that. I forgot what it was called. But that thing even was barely able to get up a hill. Like, it was bad. This bike would definitely struggle. I think you'd be walking it most of the time. So let's keep that in mind. Great bike for flat roads, but not for hills. I do, however, gotta say it's way better than the 1.0 model that was 48 volt. That thing couldn't even get up a standard little hill. Compared to this thing, I tested it out and it went up that hill in the dirt that most bikes don't do. All right, that guy came out of, oh, that was bad. That really worked out the suspension right there, but that guy on the forklift, I barely even saw him. I knew he was gonna be backing up. That was sketch. There's a nice taco truck. All right, really bad road coming up. Woo! Got mini flats right there. Oh, a lot of glass, a lot of glass. Oh God. I am not trying to ride all the way in the corner, man. And I gotta be careful what I say too, because everyone's window is down because it's such nice weather, it's not hot, so a lot of people don't have their AC on. And everyone's probably just listening to everything I gotta say. There's a lot of people out here walking too. Like, good atmosphere, good environment out here so far. You know, I like seeing people outside instead of just being indoors playing video games all the time, even though I do love my video games. I'm always editing now. Like, everyone's like, hey, can you come out? Can you do something? Nah, gotta edit. Here's what's crazy too, is that, like, I wasn't gonna ride very long. Like, we're pretty much headed back home, and I'm still at 3 battery bars. I was expecting us to be down to 2 already, the way I'm riding, but then again, we have probably like 20 miles on this bike so far, because last time I told you it was like, what, 17 point something, so there's probably about 20 miles, and I'm just waiting for the battery bars to go down. We're obviously not going to kill it. I can't see the voltage. I can't see anything. Please don't go, Honda. Do not go. Yeah, all right. Hate when people inch out. If you're going to stop, stop. Don't just keep inching out. All right, go. Go, white car, go. Yo. I'm going. Oh, that power. The fact that the power, like, did not come in for, like, a good, like, second or two, that, like, slowed my momentum down so much. I wish it didn't, but I didn't want to pedal in a turn because I don't want the pedals to come in contact with the ground. Now, something I noticed on this bike when going around a corner, I really noticed that, like, these pedals do not come that close to the ground. And I saw some other comments too, if I'm 6'2", am I going to feel comfortable on it? I was like, yeah, you'll definitely feel comfortable on this bike. Now, pedaling, your knees are going to obviously come up a lot higher, and I don't know how your back is going to be or whatnot, but the Engwe, he's another YouTuber. He's right down the street from me, like about 15 miles, not even 15 miles. He reviewed it, and he's like 6'2" or 6'3", and he had no issues with this bike. He loved the 1.0 model, where I was kind of a little harsh on it, and now I'm loving the 2.0. So I feel like the Engwe, he should buy this off of me, and he should review it. I think he'll really love this bike. He might even have it already, who knows. But this is a lovely bike. I love it. I like it. Now let's go back to our standard light real quick so you guys can see. Yeah, an aftermarket one is still good. The headlight setup on the front is great. It looks badass, but I've had way better headlights than what they put on here. So if they would have just gave us one nice headlight, that would have been awesome. But I know it's a selling point. When you see the bike from the front, you're like, that's dope looking. And that's probably a selling point, you know, to some people. I get it. But a way better just single headlight would have been better for me, I think. Like a real big one. Let's get like, I don't know, like a 2,000 lumen light, 3,000 lumen Luna Cycles, which I should be getting a bike from them soon. They give you a 6,000 lumen headlight. That thing is badass. It's like motorcycle bright. And that's awesome. I would like some headlights like that. But it probably maybe blinds some other people. I don't know. I don't know what this one, if this blinds people. I'm raising it up a little bit, but I can see the stop signs like lit up a lot. Like it kind of high. Oh, ow! like I got high beams on my car. I can't talk today. I can't believe I'm still at 3 battery bars. Come on, battery bars, drop. I'm trying to do a range test here. You're not helping. Oh, man. Oh, no, my bike lane. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's gone. That's great. Is there anyone behind me? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, dang, look, I got the whole street to myself. Sweet. Let's go. Yeah, I'm really loving the fact we got a nice brake light on there. This is probably, I would say that thing's like a 9 out of 10. I've seen slightly better ones, but this is on the top of the top for that brake light. It's awesome. 9 out of 10. That brake light is great. And if you guys want me to rate the headlights, I'd probably say the headlights are like a 6.5 out of 10. I think the only thing that would make it better is if the top one was a little bit better. I don't know. It's your turn to go. It's your turn to go. They were there way before, well, not way before me, but I was not even stopped and they were already stopped. So if you stopped at the 4-way stop and I'm still moving and then I stop, it's your turn to go. Come on, people, figure it out. Is this Christmas? What the hell's going on over here? We're still in October. What? All right, very interesting. All right, we're gonna have to take a detour. I don't know if it's a good idea to take a detour because it looks like it's really popping over here with cars. Do you see all these cars over here? Anyways, we're gonna go this way. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. We're on 2 battery bars right now. Awesome. And I'm sorry, people, I don't have any turn signals, so I can't let you guys know that I'm turning. Really sorry about that. This bike doesn't have those. That'd have been cool, though. That'd have been nice. I do like the dedicated headlight button. Horn button, not good. All right. People. Man, I told you it was going to be bad coming this way. God, I'm about to get ran over by everybody. All right, let's go around because I don't have to go this slow over the bumps. Bye-bye. This bike isn't even that fast. We just passed someone going over the speed bumps doing like 5 miles an hour. Come on, man. It's not going to ruin your truck. I can go faster than that. In my Honda Civic, that was like lowered on the ground. It's crazy. Let's see how it is. Ooh, all right. So definitely got some air. Oh, man. The back definitely came up. I had to stand on the bike. If you were to sit down and do that, the back seat is definitely going to come and slap you in the back. It's not going to feel very good. So if you go that fast over some speed bumps, definitely it's not going to take the cushion like I thought. I thought it was going to be a little bit better than that. But right, I'm very happy that we're down to 2 battery bars. I know that probably sounds stupid, like, oh, don't you want to get the most range out of the bike? I really am trying to ride this thing as long as possible, but I don't know how long the battery on my Ace Pro is going to last. Should have brought an extra battery. It is what it is, though. Real quick, though, since I'm sitting here, 21.7 miles, almost 22 miles, and down to 2 battery bars, so not terrible. Not terrible at all. I want to know what this car was doing, because they just keep driving. Okay, are there hazards on now? Can I go? I'm gonna go. They're still just driving in the bike lane. I don't know what's going on. People. All right, let's turn this way. Let's go through some neighborhoods. I don't think we're going to get down to that last battery bar, but that just goes to tell you that I might be kind of right. Now, the way I'm riding, the way the battery bar system is going down right now, it's looking like I'll probably get about 35 miles of range. I don't think there's any way I'll get 40 miles of range because I'm not at half battery anymore. Now, I don't know the voltage, so obviously I know there's some people that can say you get a voltmeter and you have to get the keys and take the batteries off. Of course I could do that, but that's a lot of work. I'm not going to stop in the middle of the trip to do that. But yeah, 2 battery bars means we're under half, so I would say probably about 35 miles of range to be on the safe side, but that's really good. I try to tell people if you have a 1,000-watt e-bike and let's say you have 20 amp hours on it, and let's say you're like 180 pounds, you're going to get basically 1 mile per amp hour if you're riding at the max speed. I mean, some bikes are hit and miss depending on, because some bikes are 52 volt and have a shit ton of power. This one doesn't. This one's on the lower side. So that's why I was thinking like 40 miles of range. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to make that. And I would say I would do another video on this thing. But ladies and gentlemen, we got bikes. We got bikes for days that need to be done. So this thing has to go. It's an awesome bike, though. I love the blue. I love it. Like, the seat is starting to hurt because I didn't do a very long ride the last time, so the seat isn't feeling that comfortable anymore. Thanks, buddy. I don't know why people turn on the streets and don't go wide. They just go like short, like not expecting anyone to be there. I'm not trying to sit here and complain, but I mean, I go like this. See, you go around and you save room for there's a car that's coming the other way. All right, let's see how easy it is to make this one across the street. Dang, come on, car. You're going pretty slow. I can go faster than that. Are you turning? What's going on? You are going so slow. The speed limit's 45 right here, or maybe 40. Oh, that's right. He was turning. All right, we're gonna follow him. We're gonna give him we're gonna talk to him. All right. Wait, who brought a chair out here? They just wanna spectate people driving. That's hilarious. Let's just sit out here. Maybe they smoke. I don't know. Maybe they just want to smoke. And oh, that's nice. They got a big old TV in there. But yeah, they're probably smoking and just watching everybody go by in their cars. That is funny. Come on, bike. Now, I've noticed that the power of the bike slowly ramps up. It doesn't give you all the power that the bike has. So it feels like it's giving you like 300, 400, 500 watts, and finally gets up to its peak power of 1200 watts. Doesn't really feel like a 1200 watt e-bike, but it's been a while since I've been on a bike like this. Most 52 volt bikes I've been on are like 1600, 1800 watts, and they'll do probably, I don't know, around like 36 miles an hour. Like the Rev 1 does 36, 37, sometimes 38, just depending on how light you are and you got turbo mode on there. I'm not mad at, again, that this thing goes like 28 miles an hour. It's a legal bike. It's street legal. I mean, perfectly fine. A cop can't say anything to you. You can't get any trouble on this bike unless you're just riding like an idiot and going in traffic, maybe hit somebody or something, then you're in trouble. But just riding around, this is a straight legal bike, and the range is gonna be the biggest thing on it. It's not gonna be the suspension. It's not gonna be anything else really. It's just gonna be the range, and if you like how the bike looks, you can't fit another person on it. One thing I do recommend if you do buy this bike, let's say you gotta go to work the next day, you got 2 batteries, it only comes with 1 charger. So I would highly recommend, if you figure out that 1 charger isn't enough for you and you gotta go very far, especially if you're doing exactly like over 30 miles of range in like one like thing, and you're like, oh, I don't want to push it, or I don't want it to get down that last battery bar and start flashing at me, then I would suggest ordering a second charger. But you can always find that out if, you know, the bike's good enough for you first, and then be like, oh, okay, I need a second charger. So that means you don't have to get up in the middle of the night. Let me make sure no one's behind me so I don't die. You don't have to get up in the middle of the night and be like, okay, I got to put it on the second battery and then go back to sleep type of thing, you know. Unless you could charge it real quick before you go to sleep and then switch it to the other battery, then hey, you're good. It depends on case by case. I've noticed having 2 battery chargers is nice, but all these bikes don't come with them, and sometimes I don't want to spend $60 or however much the charger is to buy it from their website. So I get that, it's kind of expensive, and this bike is really a bike to save some money on, and you can't go wrong with it. Let me show you guys the bike super quick away from everybody, because there were some people back there. Let's come over here. Actually, I can just do it right here. Really quick, one last look at it before it's gonna be gone. I love it. Oh, it's kind of hard to see out here. Hopefully you guys can see it. But yeah, I love the design of it. I love the color of it. I feel like they did a fantastic job on it. And if you want these batteries to be black, take all the stickers off, because you can do that, and they could just be blank, and then you can put your own logo on it if you want. And if you want, I would definitely probably upgrade the seat, because it's really low. It's very thin, not very comfortable, especially since I've been out here for almost 15 miles, 14.6 miles. And if I come over here, I did 23.4 in total. Our top speed was 29. All right, mill is still going. What is the mill doing at 7:30 at night? That's wild. All right, so we're gonna take one more turn around, and you know, one thing that I wanted to test out, and it's probably not gonna work, is these handlebars don't feel very stable, where the bike itself doesn't feel very stable with letting your hands off. At a lower speed, yeah, but a fast speed, no. It feels a little bit, not bumpy, but it just feels like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it tracks straight the best. So I don't trust it. Maybe if you, I don't know, air the tires up more or less, I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, that's pretty much the video, guys. I'm gonna ride until I get home, see what the final range numbers is, and call it a night. All right, guys, there you have it. Not a bad bike whatsoever. Let's get this light on above me so I can see out here a little bit better. So let me try to show you guys this display. 2 battery bars left. Again, no voltage. I can't tell you what's going on with it. Total miles on this thing, 24 miles exactly. All right. Yeah, that's pretty good, I gotta say. Yeah, so I'm gonna be on a limb and say about 35 miles of range out of this thing. If you're trying to push it over that, just ride a little slower, go in a lower pedal assist, or if you're lighter than me, like at 120 pounds, you'll definitely probably get closer to that 40-mile range. But again, if you want to go super slow and actually pedal the bike and do like 10 miles an hour on like a little bike trail, you'll definitely get a lot of range out of this thing. So peace out. It was a fun video. You guys are the true MVPs, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We have a new bike to review. And don't forget to comment, please. Let's talk about this bike.